We're on Bubble Watch, taking a look at Jerry Palm's most recent last four in, first four out. You do not want to find yourself on the wrong side of this conversation a week from Sunday. Selection Sunday, just a few sleeps away as we break it all down with our guy, Jerry Palm. Joined now by the man himself, Jerry Palm, in high demand this time of year. JP, I want to talk last four in, first four out to begin here. Looking at your last four in, Xavier, VCU, Boise State, and Drake. Break down the field for us.
Yeah, Xavier's an interesting case because they got off to a great start this season and then ended up with a lengthy COVID pause in the middle of January to the middle of February. Since that time, they've come back losing 5 out of 7. 4 of those 5 losses are to teams in their league that are not contenders for the NCAA tournament. So they've been sliding down the bracket precipitously, and now they're going to enter the conference tournament, possibly having to do a little bit of work to make sure they get into the NCAA tournament. And, of course, Drake losing today to Loyola of Chicago in the Missouri Valley final. Drake is going to end up with a very nervous selection Sunday, and I'm not very confident they're not going to get jumped while they're sitting around waiting for all these other conference tournaments.
As for your first four out, on the wrong side of the conversation, looking in, St. Louis, Syracuse, Mississippi, and Utah State. If you're going to be positive about the case to get in for one of these teams, who's looking at the best chances?
Well, I would have to say Syracuse, in part because of where they are and the fact that St. Louis, the team ahead of them, is done playing. But Syracuse is going to have some opportunities in the ACC tournament. It would really help them a lot to pick up a quality win in this tournament, because one thing that they're really lacking is that win away from home against a tournament quality team. They'll have an opportunity to do that in the ACC tournament. And then they're really in the best shape of the teams that are still playing.
I do want to talk about a result we had on Sunday between Michigan and Michigan State. Really a huge spot for Sparty as they dropped that one to Michigan on Thursday. Then they pick up the win here on Sunday. A big moment for this team that needed everything they could get to booster their resume heading towards tournament time. Still some work to be done in the Big Ten Conference Tournament. But as you look at what they did here on Sunday, taking down the #2 team in the nation when they needed a win the most, they now have a handful of wins against AP top 5 teams this season. Make the case for or against Sparty right now.
Well, the case for is getting pretty strong because, like you said, they beat Michigan, Illinois, and Ohio State down the stretch of this season when they really needed to build a resume. They had a schedule that gave them an opportunity to do it, and then they went out and won these games. This is huge for them. Now they're 4 games above 500 with a very strong schedule and some high-quality wins. This is a team that, if they do well in the Big Ten tournament, could play themselves all the way up into the middle of the bracket. But for now, that's not the problem. The problem is, let's just make the NCAA tournament. They took a big step in the right direction today. And if they can avoid a bad loss in the Big Ten tournament, I think Michigan State will be dancing.
All right, if we want to extend another olive branch here, who's a team that you like right now? Still some work to be done out in front of them, but the road ahead possibly could take you to tourney time.
Well, I'm intrigued by SMU. We haven't seen them for quite a while. They're 11-4, so they've only played 15 games. Both games with Wichita State in the American Conference were canceled due to SMU's COVID issues. But, their resume is okay. But if they can get some wins, make a deep run in this American Conference tournament, they could all of a sudden find themselves in a position where they'd be pretty squarely on the bubble and might even make the NCAA tournament. But we haven't seen them in so long, we've kind of forgotten what the SMU Mustangs are.
March is here, and so is Jerry Palm. Thank you, Jerry.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.